everybody. Welcome to MT Guitar. And today in this lesson we're going to learn the chords of Wish You Were Here. In an earlier video I did the intro, and I mentioned that I would teach the song in a separate video. The good news, if you've learned the intro, is that the chord progression is easier, just in terms of less information. It's just four chords really that is switches the order every other phrase, so it's quite easy to learn. I also would like to cover the solo in a different video, and so I'm just going to do the chord progression in this video, but that's going to give us the opportunity to look at different ways to play these chords, because one thing that you can do with open chords is mess around with them a little bit to give them a certain personal touch, and also to make them not sound so repetitive. So we're going to look at different hammer-ons and different fingerings for different chords, without muddying them up or making them technically difficult, but just little easy things we can do to make the song more interesting. So let's jump right in. Alright, so Wish You Were Here is in the key of G, and there's four chords that sort of switch position a little bit in terms of their order every other phrase. But before we get into that, it's important to note that the intro leads us to the key of G. So the intro ends, after this whole thing, which I've gone over in a different video. When you end that with, it takes us to a G chord, and it's kind of the intro extended out a little bit before the lyrics start. So even if you haven't learned the intro yet, you should start this song playing a G chord. Okay. Now, there's two popular ways to play an open G chord. There's the way I'm playing now, where I have my third and fourth fingers on the third fret of the first two strings, followed by the third fret sixth string, and second fret fifth string. And some people call this a G5, which is not really accurate, but the other way to do it is to play, instead of my pinky here, let my third finger take the third fret of the first string, and you have an open B in there, which gives it the third note of G a little sweeter quality, perhaps. So that's great. I'm playing this way. Either way is fine, but you don't want to play a bar chord on this song. All right. So let's go ahead and strum this, and we're going to strum it for 2 bars or 8 beats. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that strumming pattern is down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. All right. Now, if you'll notice that the downs are always on the downbeat and the ups are on the and or the upbeat. Down, up, down. So down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. You can do that for the entire song, and it's a good starting place for the general rhythm of the song. But it's always encouraged to actually open up your strumming patterns a little bit so that they're not so repetitive. So a lot of times you'll want to make variations. So I encourage you to do that as soon as you want. But if you would like to just stick with that strumming pattern for a while, that's fine too. Okay. Now we're ready for the verse, which is the same as the chorus. So we're going to do a C chord, 3rd fret 5th string, 2nd fret 4th string, 1st fret 2nd string, and that's going to be 1 bar. All right, so now I'm going to get into C variations of ways to play that chord, but let's just learn the chords first, and then we'll do that later. So C for a bar, and then we'll go to D after that. Now it's a D chord, standard D, 2nd fret 1st string, 3rd fret 2nd string, 2nd fret 3rd string, and same strumming pattern. Heaven from, now A minor, okay, 2nd fret 4th string, 2nd fret 3rd string, 1st fret 2nd string. Heaven from hell, blue skies from pain. Now we go back to G, okay. So now we've done C, D, A minor, G as soon as the lyrics started. The second phrase, everything's the same except we switch the C and the D. And that's how I literally thought of it as a teenager learning this song. And that helped. That did the trick. So instead of C, D, A minor, G, it's D, C, A minor, G. So let's do that. Here's D. Can you tell a green field from a cold steel? And now C, red. Smile from a, now A minor, red. Do you think you can? And of course end with G. It always ends with A minor, G. Now the verse continues, did they get you to trade? And that's going to be C again. Did they get you to trade? So now the whole 2 phrases repeat. All right, so let's just go through that. Trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze. Now, what do? We switch the C and D. Cold comfort for change. Starts with D and now C. Did you exchange? Walk on. Now the song goes into the intro lick, which is now going to serve as more of a bridge, but that's in the other video. But the chorus is the same as the verse, except it's half as long, or it's only one full double phrase there instead of 2. But what we can do is we can spice up the chords, actually significantly. When I learned this song, the older friend of mine who taught it to me was doing all these interesting chords on this very song, and so I kind of use this song as a way to teach my students, different ways to play what some people think may be boring open chords. We've heard this our whole life. If you've played guitar, you've played it your whole life, so that's fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. And but it is nice to have options. So when we start singing on C, let's go over different ways to play this C chord. So we can do pinky on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. We can do no index on the 2nd string. But maybe we don't want to hang out on these chords too long because it changes the song too much. But what could we do? Well, we could just pass them by or visit them briefly. Excuse me. So we might go. Okay, that's an example. That's just going from 1st fret to 3rd fret, then back. That's hammering on the 1st fret, 2nd string. Let's look at the D chord. Let's do this for all 4 chords. All right, so that's going to be a hammer on the 2nd fret, and then pinky in the 3rd fret. So open, 2nd, 3rd, open. Okay. And then A minor. I'm going 3rd fret, 2nd string, 1st fret, normal A minor, and then open. Very easy to do. So, and then G. Now, instead of doing this G that I showed you earlier, I'm going to play a trick on you and switch the G. So I can do a nice little hammer on here on the second string, first fret with my first finger. So let's go over C, D, A minor, G, and I'm just going to improvise a couple of these things. But each of these chords, without analyzing them, I haven't said this was a C major 7. Da, da, da. It's true that it's important to know what it is, but do we need to know all that before we mess around with it? No. Hopefully you'll want to learn what the titles of them are, but right now what's important is to play it. So let's do it. 1, 2, starting on C. 3, 4. Let's keep going with the D. Oh, I forgot this one. Middle finger. Middle finger, 4th string. Middle finger, 5th string. Okay, just hammering on and pulling off. So, that's the song. The chorus is the same as the verse. And look for my solo video, going over the solo. Okay, as well as the intro. Different video. All right, there you go. Now you've got the chord progression to Wish You Were Here, and the verse and the chorus have the same chord progression. So you've got the intro in a different video that I've done, and then the solo is also in a different video. So put those all together and you've got all the information you need to play just a beautiful song, and a song on Pink Floyd's album called Wish You Were Here, which is something I recommend everyone check out. So subscribe, please. I really appreciate the support. Leave a comment about a song you'd like to learn. And we will see you next time. All right, bye.